welcome back to another video by Haslab. We're now moving on to task 5 of the specimen paper, and task 5 involves a mail-merge letter. So, the question paper says, the European importer of cars, Star Cars, wishes to write to some of their distributors. So here, question 29 is prepare a mail-merge letter using this file, s16mail.rtf. So we said that RTF was a generic file type. It basically stands for rich text format that doesn't really save a lot of the formatting features that we wouldn't have in a normal document. So it has limited formatting inside it. As your master, and the s16 distribute.csv as a source data. Now, what they want us to do here is they want us to first of all open the file s16mail.rtf. So s16mail.rtf. So this is the letter that we'll be using as our master document. And what they in effect want us to do here is they have, this source, s16 distributes.csv. So what they want us to do here, guys, is they want us to basically go to the distributors file. Okay, so the CSV, comma separated variable or value. So if I open this, we can see that we have a number of records. Let me just make sure that this is the right one. I'll just close that. Did I open cars or distribute? I think it was this one here. Yeah, so here we have a number of records, and it looks like what they want us to do is they want us to take either all of this information or some of this information and mail merge. In other words, take the data from this document here, place it in this letter, okay, where it has these fields over here. Okay, so they want us to basically take the first name from the CSV file, and for this customer they want the contact first name, contact, for example, surname, etc., etc. Okay, so what we've got to do here is we need to create that mail merge. So this is basically what the purpose of a mail merge letter is. It's just a way for us to take data from a database or a CSV file, put it into a letter once, and then we're able to basically print the letter, but in the headings at the top we'll see that the first names, surnames, addresses, etc., etc. change. But we'll look at that in a moment. Let's go back to the exam question and let's see what else the examiners want us to do. Now, it says that you will need to insert relevant fields from your data source to replace text in the master document, number one. You will need to replace date, so let's do that first. So let's do each bullet point as we go along. So we need to insert relevant fields from the data source to replace text in the master file or in the master document. So what we'll do here, guys, is we'll basically do this. So the way that we do this, we highlight, for example, first. Now, in fact, before we do this, we need to go to insert, or is it mailing, sorry. Here, I want to select recipients from an existing list. Okay, so I want to click from an existing list. Now, when I select this, I've basically got to find the exam file. So my exam files are over here, and the existing list was S16 distributors. Now, it's actually done that now. Now, what we can do here is we can actually edit the existing list. So what we can do is if I highlight this, if I then go to insert merge fields, we can see here that these are the field names from the data in the CSV file. So at the moment it's showing us these fields in there. So it's already made a connection between this file and the Word document. Okay, so basically what we can do now is I can say, right, the first name should be first name. So what it's done here is it's basically merged data into here. So basically, guys, if I go to view results, what you'll see here is as I flick through, if I go to next, it automatically changes, okay, the first name, and it basically goes through this list over here. Okay, so it went through Guillaume, David, Jerome, Max, and Pablo. Okay, so I can do the same thing now with surname. So if I just unclick preview results, we then go back into here, I can then go to insert field name. Okay, and this time I want to insert the contact name. Okay, so if I go to view contacts again, now we can see it says Pablo Casals, etc., etc. As we flick through the records, we can see that the records change in the page. So we know that that's working. So just go back to the view over here. So I'm now going to highlight the address line 1. So here is address line 1, insert merge fields, address line 1. Okay, then I can do city now. So insert merge fields again, city, enter, region. Now today's date I obviously can't do that way, but what I can do with today's date, I can insert date and time. So insert date and time over here, and I could basically put this date in. Now, let's just go back to the exam question because I'm pretty sure I saw something about the form of the date. Yes, in here it says that you will need to replace date with a field to display today's date in the format DDMMYY. Okay, so what we've got to do here is this is day, month, and for and YYYY. So it's basically this format here. So if I click OK, it now inserts today's date. Okay, so in here they want us to insert the first name. So I'll highlight this, then once again go to mailings, and I can now insert the first name. Okay, and if I click preview results again, if I flick through, we can see that it now gives us each of the records. So it goes through the records from the source file. Okay, so far so good. Let's just quickly check the text. So I am pleased to confirm that you have been selected as our main distributor for country. Now, so we know that this letter has been addressed, okay, to Mr. Guillem Guide. So what we can do here is we can then insert a merge field and insert the country here. So it automatically changes, okay, the text here. Let's just go to edit undo because we need to check the format. So it just says welcome there. So there is a full stop here. Okay, so if I highlight this, just make sure we don't include the full stop. So there we go. So then go to insert fields, country. Your first manifest of cars, which are now ready for exports to you and are preparing for shipment, will be sent shortly. Please arrange for import and, oh, it looks like there's a spelling mistake here, distribution for your showroom. Now, we're assuming here that this should be distribution, but I could make a mistake here. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave this for now, okay, and we'll come back to it a bit later. Okay, so let's see if they ask us to actually run a spell check in here. Now, so we then go back. Add your name as the originator of the letter, so director. So they want us to write our names here. So in here, I would write Mr. Hassin. Okay, like so. We would then go back here, include your center number, candidate number as the reference for the letter. So in here where it says reference, they want the reference of the letter to be our center number, candidate number. So we said our center number is QA066, for example, and candidate number is 9999. Okay, so there we go. Now, this last bullet point, it says proofread and spell check the document. So now we've obviously seen that there's a spelling error here. So if I right mouse click, obviously this is supposed to be import and distribution. So that looks like it works. Here we have export to you and are preparing for shipment and will be sent shortly. Okay, which is now ready for export to you and are preparing for shipment will be sent to. Let's just read it from the beginning. So I'm pleased to confirm that you've been selected as our main distributor for France. Welcome. Your first manifest of cars which are now ready for export to you and are being prepared for shipment. So it looks like it's supposed to be being prepared for shipment, comma, will be sent shortly. Please arrange for import and distribution to your showroom. Yours sincerely. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that there is fine. So we then go back to the exam question. So once again, we've inserted the relevant fields, we've set the data in this format, we've added our names, we've added our center number and candidate number, and we've also proofread and spell checked the letter. So I think so far so good. Next question, question 30. Add a minimum of 3 features to the mail merge master document to suit a professional letter with reference to the house style specification sheet. Oh, right. Okay, well, that's it. So they've asked us now to go back to the house style specification sheet. So what we need to do here, guys, we've basically got to go back to the top of the exam and look at the house style specification sheet over here. Now, in here, these are the styles. So we know that they want these styles in anything that's sent to their customers. Let's read what's in here and see if this helps. So Star Cars is a company that imports cars and needs to keep in contact with its distributors. At the top of each sheet of its company letters, right, this is a company letter, okay? Star Cars must have the company name, so we need to add the company name top of the letter, and a suitable logo to represent the company. So what do you think a suitable logo would be should be to represent Star Cars? I would probably take a guess that it would probably be some sort of star. When designing the company documents, you may wish to add further enhancements to present a professional appearance for the company. Documents must be easy to locate in the filing system. Right, okay guys, so what we need to do here then is we need to add a company, we need to add Star Cars. Okay, and Star Cars is likely to be our main heading on this letter. And I'm also going to insert a star in here as well. So if I go to insert, star, remember here guys, that it's unlikely the examiners will ask you to use clip art because you won't have access to the internet in the exam. So you'll probably have to get the shapes or design something using the shapes in here. So in here we can see that there is a star. So I'm just going to add a star in here. It doesn't say what the color of the star should be. Okay, so I'm just going to maybe put a fill color and I'm maybe going to put it to a blue. Okay, so that's Star Cars. Now, this over here is likely to be our header. So what we need to do is, or our title. So in here, the title from the house style specification was a sans serif font, 24 points and center aligned. Now, we've already made the styles, but it's obviously not in this sheet. So the examiners haven't really asked us to add the styles. So I'm just going to choose a sans serif font, make it 24 points, and center aligned. So here, this is a feature that we're using. So this over here is a feature from the house style specification document. So this is number 1, this is number 2. Let's look at number 3. So what else do I have in this letter that I could use from here? We have body text in our letter. So the body text should be a serif font, 10 points, 1.5 line spacing. So basically guys, what we can do here is we can in effect highlight all of this text because this is our body, and it should be size 10. It should be sans serif, serif font. So we're looking at Times New Roman in here. So let's go to Times New Roman. There should be 1 point line spacing in here. So if I go to paragraph, this should be line spacing should be single. And if I click O, and what else was there? So line spacing single, one clear line should be, yeah, single line spacing with one clear line spacing R 1.5 line spacing and fully justified with one clear line spacing after each paragraph. So what we need to do, it's 1.5 line spacing in here. So in here I need to choose 1.5 line spacing, so 1.5. Here, one clear line spacing after each paragraph. I'm going to change this to 12. And I am fully justified. Okay, so if I click OK, they also want the text to be fully justified. So here, this is to fully justify the text. And there we go. Now we have the letter. So this is now using the same font as the previous one. Okay, so here we go. I think so far so good. I'm just gonna change this. Actually, no, but I think that that's fine. Okay, so there we go. Let me just have a look at this actually, because I'm not too happy with this. Because we've pressed enter here, this isn't really considered as a paragraph. So there we go. Okay, so this over here is going to be the line spacing, date, etc., etc. Okay, now, so that's done. Let's just go back, double check. Was it size 10? Yes. Have I chosen serif font? Yes. 1.5 line spacing? Yes. Fully justified? Yes. One clear line spacing after each paragraph. The one clear line spacing is obviously here, here, and here. Okay, so far, okay, so good. And we also have star cars using the title font. And we've also included a logo in the document, which is over here. Okay, so this is our letter now. So let's go back to the exam paper and let's see what else there is in the exam paper. Okay, so we are over here. So we've done all of these now. I think we're happy with all of this. We then go and just tick them off because we've just double checked them now. So strike through. Now in here we've done this one. So add a minimum of 3 features to the mail merge document to the professional letter with reference to the house style. We've already done that. So we've read through what the company wanted. And we've added the logo, we've added the title style, and we've also added the body style. Okay, so that there is done. And now question 31, it says letters are only required for distributors in Spain and Germany. Now merge the letters to only the distributors in Spain and Germany and provide a screenshot evidence of the selection method used. Right, okay, so what they want us to do in here is they want us to go back to mailing and they want us to select certain fields. So what we can do here is we can go to edit recipient list. Okay, so this is all the fields in this CSV file. Okay, so we have, let's check how many records we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go in here, we can see, if we go to the country, we can see we have Spain and Germany. Okay, so there should be 2 records for Spain and Germany. So what we do here, guys, is there are two ways that we can do this. We can either unselect, okay, ones that aren't for Spain and Germany, okay, or we can filter the results. So we can go to filter over here, and we can filter the country, okay, to be either equal to Spain or Germany. But because we've got a few records in here, we don't really need to do it this way. So instead, what we can do is we can simply, we can simply untick, okay, the ones that aren't for in Spain or Germany, which this is for Netherlands. So here we have Spain and Germany. So we'd basically get a print screen of this to show how we've done this. Okay, so we'd print screen this, and this clearly shows Spain and Germany. Now, if I click OK, what it actually does now is it should, can you guys see what's happened here? Now it's basically, it won't go less than 3, so 4 and 5. So if I look at the country, it will only allow Germany or Spain. It won't allow me to actually go through any more records. Okay, so that's that done. and merge the letters to only the distributors in Spain and Germany. Place your evidence screenshot in the evidence document. So I showed you the evidence earlier. And in here, print the merged letters. Make sure that you have entered your center number, candidate number, and name on the merged letters. And that there is done. The way that we would merge the letters, and you've got to be careful here. In fact, what we could actually do is, we've chosen Spain. So here we have a letter. You simply go to File. Okay, print. This letter clearly has Germany in it, so I can basically print this. Then I could go back to the letter over here, go to mailing, and I can click here, Spain. So then go to File, okay, Spain, print, and here we can see that this one says Spain. So it's probably best to print them individually, okay? And the examiners may also ask you for evidence of the merged fields. Okay, so if they ask for the evidence, you would unselect the preview results and you'd basically print screen this over here. So the examiners could ask you to do this. Okay, so you basically print screen this and that's done. If we'll go back to the exam question, then question 5, and guys, that is the end of the mail merge. So they are really 6 easy marks to hopefully get in the exam. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in my next video.